Have you noticed something strange happening at airport gates this summer? People frantically pulling shoes out of their carry-ons, passengers unzipping bags on the floor right at the jetway, travelers standing at the boarding door with their credit card out, not to buy a drink on the plane, but to pay a surprise fee they had absolutely no idea was coming. Airlines quietly rewrote the carry-on rules and not just the size limits. The way those rules are being enforced this summer is genuinely different from anything most travelers have experienced before. So before you zip up your bag and head to the airport, let's go through exactly what changed, because some of these are going to hit closer to home than you think. Let's start with something that sounds familiar, but has a twist most people are completely missing. The size limit itself has not changed. American, Delta, United, JetBlue, Alaska. They all still list the same standard, 22 inches long, 14 wide, 9 deep. That number has been around for years. You probably know it by heart. But here is what changed: how strictly they are actually enforcing it. In 2026, airlines moved from the honor system to active measurement at the gate. That metal sizer frame you have walked past 100 times without a second glance? Gate agents are using it now. Actually using it. And here is the part that catches people off guard. Those dimensions include everything. Wheels, handles, every pocket that sticks out on the outside of the bag. The interior capacity of your bag is completely irrelevant. Total exterior dimensions, fully packed, fully extended, that is what gets measured. A bag that looks carry-on sized can fail the moment you account for a handle that does not fully retract or a side pocket that bulges. Before your next trip, measure your bag at home. Fully packed, handle extended, all pockets out. If it is close to the limit, assume it is already over. Okay, picture this. You found a great deal on a basic economy ticket. You saved $40 on the base fare. You are feeling smart. You pack your carry-on, head to the gate, and then a gate agent stops you. Your carry-on is not included on that ticket. On basic economy fares, sold by American, Delta, United, and others, overhead bin access only comes with an upgraded seat or a carry-on fee paid at the time of booking. Otherwise, you are personal item only. One bag, under the seat. Airlines added this quietly. The fine print says personal item only, but the booking screen does not exactly scream it at you in large bold letters. So you find out at the gate, standing at the jetway, with no cheaper options left. American charges around $40 to gate check on the spot. United is similar. And because you are already at boarding, you have lost access to the lower advance rate you could have paid online days ago. Every time you book a flight, check your fare class before you close that tab. If it says basic economy or light fare, go back and read the baggage terms fully. A $40 carry-on fee on a $79 ticket is not a deal anymore. It is an expensive lesson. This one is going to make a lot of people look at their luggage very differently. You bought a carry-on with an expansion zipper. More packing space. Smart, right? Most carry-on bags with expansion zippers sit right at the size limit in their standard configuration. The moment you zip that expansion open, even just partially, your bag gains 1 to 2 inches of depth. That is the exact difference between boarding your flight and paying a gate check fee you did not budget for. Here is the part that makes this worse. Gate agents have been trained to spot this visually. An overstuffed bag that bulges beyond its frame gets flagged immediately. Even before the sizer comes out, the visual alone is enough to get your bag pulled. And once they pull it, the outcome is already decided. That extra pair of shoes you tucked into the expanded section, they just cost you $40 to $75 at the gate. Travel with your expansion zipper closed. If you genuinely need more space, add a checked bag online at the advance rate when you book. It is almost always cheaper than what you will pay standing at the gate. This is where it gets painful. You booked with Frontier, or Spirit, or Allegiant. Cheapest flight available. You are practically flying for free. You show up with your carry-on and the fee hits you like a wall. On budget carriers, carry-on bags have never been free. But in 2026, the fee ladder got steeper, and the gap between booking online and paying at the gate is bigger than most people realize. Book the carry-on online at the time of booking, around $30 to $50. Wait until the check-in counter, $50 to $75. Show up at the gate without paying, $75 to $100, per bag, per direction. Most passengers step on every rung of that ladder because they either did not read the fine print at booking or assumed they would sort it out later. Run the numbers. 2 passengers, 2 carry-ons, gate fees, round trip. You are looking at potentially $400 in bag fees on a flight you thought cost $100. When you book with a budget carrier, treat the carry-on fee as part of the base price and add it at checkout. It is always the cheapest moment to do it. Think you are safe because you only brought a personal item? This one is for you. The rule itself has not changed. Your personal item still needs to fit under the seat in front of you. But enforcement this summer is noticeably more aggressive, especially on full flights. A personal item should measure around 17 by 10 by 9 inches. The key word in that definition is under the seat, not in the overhead bin. If your personal item goes overhead, gate agents are now treating it as a carry-on. On a basic economy ticket, that triggers the gate check fee on the spot. An overstuffed backpack that is rigid, bulging, and clearly cannot compress under a seat gets pulled. The fee follows. Keep your personal item genuinely personal item sized. If your backpack is fully packed and stiff as a board, it stopped being a personal item the moment you overfilled it. You just have not been caught yet. This summer, the odds of being caught went up considerably. Here is a misconception I hear constantly. They will just gate check it for free. Most airlines charge for gate-checked bags. American and United charge around $40. Budget carriers charge $75 to $100. Gate checking became normalized during years when agents were practically begging passengers to volunteer their bags for overhead space. That voluntary process was free. The involuntary process, when your bag does not comply with the rules and gets pulled, is absolutely not. Know your airline's gate check fee before you leave home. If your bag is borderline on size, check it online at the advance rate during booking. It is almost always $30 to $50 cheaper than what you will pay standing at the jetway with 200 people in line behind you. Now, here is the part. Airlines definitely do not advertise, and it is actually working in your favor. Certain items do not count against your baggage allowance at all. Coats and jackets, umbrellas, duty-free purchases made after you clear security, assistive devices, food purchased inside the airport. Airlines are required to allow these items regardless of your fare class. You can board holding a duty-free bag, wearing your heaviest jacket, carrying an umbrella, and none of it touches your carry-on or personal item allowance. Smart travelers use this strategically, especially on budget carriers, where every cubic inch of bag space is costing money. These are not loopholes. They are written rules that work in your favor. Wear your heaviest layer on travel days. Buy that bottle of wine after security and carry it separately. Pack your bulkiest shoes in a jacket pocket if you need to. Know what the rules actually say, not just what the airline wants you to assume.
This is probably the most repeated travel tip on the internet. Everyone says it, everyone does it, and it's not actually what TSA requires. TSA requires a quart-sized, clear, resealable bag. A standard Ziploc sandwich bag is often too big or too floppy, and an overstuffed one is actually one of the top reasons bags get pulled for additional screening. Plus, here's the part that changes everything. Airports that have the newer CT scanners don't even require you to remove your liquids bag from your carry-on at all. The bag just goes straight through. To check if your airport has CT scanners, look it up on the TSA website before you travel. If they do, leave the liquids in your bag entirely. Pre-check is one of the best things you can do as a frequent traveler, but it is not a guaranteed pass-through security. Pre-check passengers are still selected for random additional screening, and in 2026, with new agents filling in at checkpoints across the country, random selection rates have reportedly gone up. Pre-check also does not get you out of the Real ID requirement. You still need a Real ID compliant license or a valid passport. Pre-check reduces friction. It does not eliminate it. Pack like, you can still be stopped because you can. This one is so automatic that people do it without even thinking. They walk up to the bin, sit down, and start untying. But if you have TSA pre-check, you do not need to remove your shoes in most cases. And if you are 75 or older, you are also exempt from shoe removal, even in standard screening. Some airports with newer imaging technology don't require it at all anymore. Taking off your shoes when you don't need to actually slows the line down, and in the wrong lane, it can flag you for unusual behavior. Check your screening type before you start unlacing. I still hear this one constantly, and I want to put it to rest for good. TSA allows almost all solid food through the security checkpoint. Sandwiches, fruit, snacks, even a full rotisserie chicken, totally allowed. The confusion comes from spreadable foods, which TSA treats as liquids. Hummus, peanut butter, yogurt, jam. Those follow the 3-1-1 rule. But solid food? Bring it. Pack your own lunch. Skip the $18 airport sandwich. You are allowed to do this, and your wallet will thank you. Okay, I promised you number 5, early on, and here it is. This is the myth I see even experienced travelers get completely wrong. I cannot tell you how much unnecessary stress this one causes. Travelers panic, repack everything, and sometimes throw out pill organizers they've used for years, all because of a rule that does not exist. TSA does not require your medications to be in their original pharmacy containers for domestic flights. You can use a pill organizer, a daily sorter, whatever system works for you. TSA is screening for security threats, not checking your pharmaceutical packaging. Now here's an important distinction. For international travel, original packaging can matter at customs in certain countries, but that is a customs issue, not a TSA issue. For flying within the US, pack your medications, however, is most convenient for you. Nope, empty water bottles have always been allowed through TSA security. What gets confiscated is a bottle with liquid inside it. Bring an empty reusable bottle, carry it through the checkpoint, and fill it at a water fountain on the other side. You will save around $6 every single flight, and you will stay more hydrated than you would sipping from a tiny plastic cup. This is one of my absolute favorite airport habits. Most domestic U.S. airlines do not weigh carry-on bags. The weight limits exist on paper, but enforcement at the gate is rare. What actually gets you is the size. If your bag doesn't fit in the overhead bin or the gate sizer, that's where the real problem starts, especially now, with the carry-on crackdown happening at major airlines. Focus on dimensions, not weight. If it fits, it flies. Budget carriers and international airlines are a different story. They do enforce weight limits, but usually at check-in, not the gate. This one has cost people a lot of money. If you buy a bottle of wine or spirits at a duty-free shop and then have a connecting flight where you go through security again, your duty-free purchase will be confiscated if it exceeds 3.4 ounces, even if it is still in the sealed duty-free bag. The sealed bag exemption only applies on international arrivals with no connection, so only buy duty-free on your last flight of the trip. Otherwise, that expensive bottle is going in the bin, and there is no getting it back. This one is important to get right because the agencies involved are different. TSA itself screens your device as a physical object. They may ask you to power it on to confirm it works, but that is a security check, not a data search. TSA does not have the authority to look through your phone contents. However, CBP, Customs, and Border Protection absolutely can search your device at international entry points, and they do not need a warrant. In 2026, the lines between agencies at some checkpoints are blurring, so knowing who you are dealing with matters. It sounds straightforward. 3.4 ounces, one clear quart bag, one bag per person. But right now, enforcement genuinely varies airport to airport and even checkpoint to checkpoint. Some airports with CT scanners are skipping the rule entirely. Others are still enforcing it strictly. Some agents pull the bag, others wave it through. The safest approach in 2026 is to assume the rule applies unless you can visually confirm CT scanners at your specific checkpoint. When in doubt, keep your liquids separate. Do not assume the experience you had last time will be the same experience you have next time, because right now, it might not be.
Mistake number 1, rushing to board. You think Group 1 wins the bin space war, but have you heard the new sound of American airports? American and United have installed sensors that scream at you if you scan before your group is called. But here's the real secret. As soon as your ticket scans, the airline stops their delay clock. They trap you in the jet bridge, a freezing, unventilated tunnel, for 20 minutes just to pad their on-time stats. Sit down, let the lice fight. Board last. The plane literally cannot leave without you once you check in. If they delay you for 4 hours, they will hand you a $15 digital food voucher. Do not click accept yet. In 2026, airlines are sneaking a settlement clause into the terms and conditions of that $15 sandwich. By accepting the voucher, you might be digitally signing away your right to the $650 cash compensation under EU Regulation 261 or the new US DOT refund rules. Ask the agent directly, does this voucher waive my right to statutory cash compensation? Watch them freeze. You walk up to the gate. The camera stares at you. The agent says, just look here. It feels mandatory. It is not. As of spring 2026, TSA expanded touchless ID to 65 airports, but they forgot to tell you that 99% of people can still opt out. You have the legal right to say, I am opting out, and use your physical ID. The fix: don't build their database for free. Keep your biometric data off the server. Opt out. You ask for a fragile sticker to keep your bag safe. Baggage handlers have admitted to me this sticker is a target. In the pit, a fragile bag breaks the flow. It requires special stacking. When a handler is rushing 50 bags a minute, your high-maintenance sticker often gets your bag buried at the bottom of the stack out of spite. Don't use a sticker. Use a polycarbonate hard shell that can take the hit. This is the specific 2026 trap. London Heathrow dropped the 100 ml liquid rule. You buy a giant bottle of whiskey there, then you connect in Rome. Guess what? Rome didn't drop the rule. Security confiscates your $200 bottle because the new scanners aren't universal yet. The liquid freedom is a lie. Do not buy duty-free liquids until your final leg. You see a USB port on the seatback screen. You plug in. You just made a mistake. USB ports transfer data and power. We are seeing juice jacking attacks where the seatback entertainment system itself, or a modified kiosk, siphons data from your phone the moment it handshakes. Use the power brick and the wall outlet. It creates a physical firewall between you and the plane. You kept the airline apple for a snack later. Big mistake. U.S. Customs recently updated their zero-tolerance agriculture policy. An undeclared apple in your bag is a biosecurity violation. The fine is no longer a warning. It is instant. $500 to $1,000. And you lose your global entry status instantly. Leave the food on the plane. The booth says 0% commission. That is technically true, but look at the rate. The real exchange rate is 1.10. They are selling it to you at 1.25. They hid the fee in the spread. You are paying a 15% idiot tax just for convenience. Walk past the booth. Use a bank ATM in the city. The agent says the flight is full. They are lying, or rather they are lazy. 10 minutes before departure, crew rest seats and blocked elite seats are often released back into the inventory. Once you board, open the airline app, refresh the seat map. If you see a go seat, open up an economy plus, just move. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Finally, the lost bag payout. They will offer you $50 for essentials. Reject it. As of December 28th, the Montreal Convention liability limit was raised. They now owe you up to 1,519 SDRs. That is roughly $2,000 USD for your reasonable expenses. Buy the nice suit. Keep the receipt. Quote, Montreal Convention Article 22, and watch them cut the check. Montreal Convention Article 22. Now that you know the surface-level tricks, let me explain the psychology. Airlines spent billions studying human behavior. They know exactly how to push your buttons. Take the gate lice alarm. It's not about orderly boarding. It's about public shaming. That beep when you scan early, everyone turns to look. You feel embarrassed. Next time you follow the rules perfectly, but following their rules costs you money. Think about the meal voucher trap. They're banking on your hunger. 4 hours into a delay, you're starving. That $15 voucher looks like salvation. You click accept without reading anything. Congratulations. You just saved them 635s. The face scan, they make it seem routine, like checking your ID. But you're training their AI, building their database, for free. Every face they scan improves their facial recognition accuracy by 0.001%. Multiply that by millions of passengers. You're not a customer, you're unpaid labor. Here's what nobody talks about. Airlines operate in a legal gray zone. International flights cross jurisdictions. Different countries, different rules. They exploit every gap. That Montreal Convention I mentioned, most people have never heard of it. Airlines count on that. They offer you peanuts, hoping you don't know your rights. Same with EU 261 compensation. Delayed in Europe, you could be owed 600 euros, but they'll offer you a coffee voucher instead, and 90% of people take it. Why? Because we're tired. We just want to get home. They know this. Think airlines work alone? Think again. Airports are complicit. Those currency exchange booths, airports take a cut of that 15% spread. The more you lose, the more they make. Credit card companies are in on it too. That free priority pass lounge access, read the fine print. Blackout dates, guest fees, restrictions that make it nearly useless. Even the TSA plays along. Pre-check isn't about security, it's about data collection. They know more about your travel patterns than you do. So how do you beat them? Simple. Know the game. First, timing is everything. Book flights for Tuesday or Wednesday. Less crowded, less chaos, less chance for tricks. Second, pack like a minimalist. One bag, hard shell, no stickers, no logos, blend in. Third, never accept the first offer delayed. Demand cash, not vouchers. Bumped. Know your rights, lost bag, quote, regulations. Fourth, use technology against them. Flight trackers, seat maps, airport apps. They rely on information asymmetry. Level the playing field. Fifth, be forgettable. The passenger who stands out gets targeted. Dress normal. Act normal. Save the confrontation for when it counts. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Airlines are testing. Biometric boarding, no opt-out. Dynamic pricing. Prices change based on your browsing history. Social credit scoring. Your Instagram affects your upgrade chances. Predictive delays. They'll delay flights they predict you'll miss. But here's the thing. Every system has weaknesses. Every algorithm has blind spots. Every policy has loopholes. The question is, will you find them first or will they find you? Screenshot this. Save it. Study it. Because knowledge is your only weapon in the airport wars. Next time you fly, you'll see it all differently. The crowds at the gate, the random security checks, the helpful gate agent offering vouchers. You'll see the matrix. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But that's the point. They profit from ignorance, from compliance, from exhaustion. Not anymore. Not you. You know their secrets. You know their games. You know their weaknesses. Now use them. Because in the battle between airlines and passengers, the informed traveler always wins. And that $2,000 they owe you for your lost bag, that's just the beginning. Welcome to the resistance.